Okay, I'm going to be installing piston rings on piston number 6. This is going to be on the driver's side, and I have the rings orientated at top compression ring is going to be at 12 o'clock, second compression ring is going to be at 6, top oil ring is going to be at 3, bottom oil ring is going to be at 9, and the expander ring is going to be tanks facing up, and it's going to be about 7. That was the orientation recommendation by MALH, which is the rings that I'm using. So I'll go ahead and start with the expander. I'm going to go ahead and just slide that right on real quick. Okay, expander is on. Tangs are separated. They're just butting up against each other, not overlapping. And the tangs are facing forward. And then from there, I'm gonna go ahead and put on the bottom compression ring. And these are gapped. I had to file them down a little bit. The top one, per MALH specifications instead of Jeep. Jeep uses their own rings, but the top compression ring is going to be at 15 thousandths. The second compression ring is at 17 thousandths, and the third compression ring is at 25 to 30 thousandths. They have a formula for non-performance. It's like 4 thousandths per inch of cylinder, so it ends up being about 15 thousandths for the top compression ring. Okay, the oil ring, I'm going to go ahead and put it on the bottom one real quick, and that one's going to be starting off at roughly 9 o'clock position. Okay. Come on. All right, hold on here. Yeah, see the ring ended up popping out, the expander. So I gotta shift things around a little bit. Alright, where are you at? Okay, there we go. Okay, that fell into position the way it should. Move that over to 9 o'clock. Make sure the expander is at the 5 o'clock, 7. Okay, now I'm gonna go ahead and put the top oil ring on. Okay, it's on. Then the second compression ring, for these rings in particular, the M is sometimes, what I've heard is that a lot of the M logos on the first compression ring, but on MALH, according to their box, and I even called to verify, the second ring is the one with the M logo, and it has to face upward. So this was filed down to 17 thousandths. Came out of the box at around 14, and I have it at 17. Okay, that's going to be at the 6 o'clock position. This is the top compression ring. Alright, so that one's at the 12 o'clock position. 12 o'clock. I gotta move the top oil ring over to 3 o'clock. 4 o'clock. Yep, and that's at still 7 o'clock. Alright, so now what I'm going to do is go ahead and clean the bottom, because I'm going to install bearings too. Go ahead and clean the top of this, make sure there's no oil debris. Set that down. And I'm using power seal bearings here. Okay. I'm going to clean. I'm going to put fresh assembly lube on these. Make sure there's nothing on the backside. The tang on these ones and with the connecting rods, the oil hole faces the passenger side. That's the major thrust. The tangs will be facing the driver's side. And you'll know because the oil hole will line up. I'll show that here in a second. Okay, so I have that flush. Gotta make sure it's flush. But when it's flush, you'll see the oil hole line up just right. Okay, so top bearing's in. Just gonna clean the bottom here. Again, make sure there's no film, no oil, no residue. The tangs, there's two indicators in the bottom cap. You'll have font on these cracked connecting rods, not the forged ones, but the cracked connecting rods for 3.8 motor will have font on these. I'm pretty sure they're all consistently at 015 AA. That faces the major thrust side. That faces the passenger side. So I'm going to go ahead, the tangs again are going to be facing the driver's side. So I'm going to go ahead and there's a cutout notch. And there's cutout notches, so there's only one direction these can go. Okay, so then I'm going to add assembly lube to the top. And only the top for the time being. And the reason is because I'm doing plastic gauge on the bottom. So it's not final torque. If it was final torque, I would have new torque bolts, because these are the old ones. You can tell because the ferrule's still on these, and you can, that's why they're not dropping down. Those have to be yanked out of there. But for the time being, that's the finished product. I'm gonna go put a plastic gauge on it and then do a final torque.